Hi, everybody. Here we are again. Back at it with Interlude number 3. If you'll notice, to my right and to my southwest, because I don't know real directions, we're missing
You're right.
2 individuals. On paper, I'm correct. We're missing 2 people this evening. And thus, we are going to dive into the past of these characters. We are missing the illustrious December and our wonderful big bad Texas. Now, as we have done in the past with these interludes, we are going to be taking a step back into the memories and into the events that shaped these characters. Now, this evening, we have a few scenes where it's just me and another. And we're going to start ourselves off tonight with a bit of a celebration. We're going to be diving right in. Imagine with me. It's a balmy Alberta evening in, the middle of summertime. There's music playing in the background. Likely something classic rock. There's alcohol flowing. The venue that was chosen is decorated to show off a couple. A woman in a white dress. A man in a tuxedo. We are at a wedding. This wedding happens to be a man who is related to one of our kindred here tonight. Someone who is connected to him as well. Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
As you stand cold and pale at the wedding of your brother and your ex-wife.
Ex-fiance, but yes.
Ex-fiance, right. My bad.
Mm.
How do you feel? What goes through your mind?
Grief. Frustration. Anger. Not at either of these two. For the first time in a long time, an image of Uptown Sire flashes through his mind. And it's just a after image, a shadow. His sire, he knows one thing about his sire, and it's that he was an incredibly careful, meticulous, and the kind of man that was willing to root around in people's heads, delete memories, gaslight, all sorts of awful things. But there's an image in this moment as the anger floods through at being denied life and happiness, love, and all of the things that are happening in front of his very eyes without him. He sits in silence. At one point, he makes his way over to the guest book at the entrance to, because I assume that he couldn't have been there for the ceremony during the day, and we're now at the celebration.
Yes,
at nighttime.
That is correct. We have gotten past the actual ceremony, all of the sitting and waiting, the walking of the bride, the pomp and circumstance that goes with a traditional wedding has been done away with, and it is now late into the evening, quite late, as Canadian summers. The days run long. It's likely well past midnight at this point as you have made your way to the actual wedding party.
He's careful not to reveal himself. He stops at the guest book and signs it Mr. Smith. Throwaway name, but proof that he was here. He stops by the table with the food, and he looks at the wedding cake that he planned at once upon a time. And he takes a piece when no one's looking. Dips his pinky finger in it. Savors in the flavor. He knows he can't swallow it, but he'll be damned if he doesn't enjoy it. And I assume there's a table with gifts that are for some sort of registry. I assume they would have sent out like a list of things that they need for the
registry.
home.
There were a lot of things that were gifts for the home, that were cash for things that they listed that they were going to buy, etc., etc. There's lavish gifts on either side. She came from quite a bit of wealth. Your brother obviously is doing very well for himself, and your family is also present. You see all of these things that are strewn across the table, and it stings a little bit because you think that, yes, these are all items that would have been in your home, that would have been meant for you, and they are just different enough to make it hurt a bit. No, wrong KitchenAid. No, I would be using this color. No, that dishware is actually a little tacky. Your brother always had poor taste. You think that maybe just for a second, son of a bitch doesn't deserve her.
The thought crosses his mind, and he allows himself to feel it. And then he takes another moment to sit in, he doesn't deserve that. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm upset. And he repeats a phrase that I think the current Uptown has forgotten a little bit. Under his breath, time does not heal wounds, but wounds take time to heal. And then he sets a card down. He didn't get a gift. He never got the registry. He didn't know what anybody else would be getting. There's a couple of crisp $100 bills in it for the newlyweds. And I think he walks over near the DJ's booth. It's late in the evening. Everyone's dancing, drunk, having a good time. And he crumples down in behind the DJ booth, obfuscated. And he stays there until everyone goes home. Unable to move.
The very last song that plays that evening, as the DJ winds down and your ex-fiance walks up to the booth, you're hit with a cheesy, very poignant on the nose, every rose has its thorn, as your ex-fiance dances one last time with her new husband, and you sit underneath that booth, and you hear in the back of your head that distinctive, aggressive, slightly indignant voice. So, you're just going to let this happen. Your own
Uptown wordlessly stands as the party's drawing to a close. And he makes his way out of the hall to one of his favorite hunting grounds. And what does she say?
I've known that you were a coward, and I've known that you were listless, and that you could not truly find what you wanted in this world if it was right in front of your nose, wagging its tight little ass. But I am surprised, I am truly shocked this time that you would see the object of your own desire and you would just walk away and let someone like your piddly, gormless, useless brother take her from you. Is that why I sound the way that I do?
Shut the fuck up.
Is he your Jolene? Is that...
Shut the fuck up.
That's not how this works. I'm with you for good. If you want me to be quiet, really quiet, you could go and take her. You could bring her into our world, and you could be with her forever. But you're scared. You wouldn't. You can't.
Not afraid.
So afraid.
Uptown, in his usual haunt, hunting, doing something that has become ritual over the past 40 years. This time, we're going to fade to black on the details, but he takes someone home. And I think in his vulnerable state, it's one of the few times. Well, I won't say she didn't make it home, but Uptown has a kindred indiscretion, and she doesn't make it. And at the end of it all, in his mind's eye, the beast, the one that taunts and teases and cajoles and all of those other things, is whipped, bloody, and silent at his feet. And he feels horror in his heart. Truly.
We're going to zoom out from Uptown. We're going to now jump in on a very different scene thematically, but not something that we're unfamiliar with. We see Deacon. Younger, but still in a hot car. He is always. That's not anything new. He didn't leap into the Kindred life and start collecting automobiles then. This is an old habit. He's a little different looking. Foregoing clean shaven. How did Deacon look?
Well, he's always had the beard.
Always.
Back then, he had dreads up top, with a fade around the side, with an undercut fade around the side, like crisp lineup. He does not do the tipped in blonde that is the craze of 2015 and a few other cultures, but the dreadlocks is a thing that he's been working with for quite some time now.
Can you remember distinctly what you're on your way to do?
Yeah.
You've just signed up and finished all the paperwork and all of the orientation for a what was it?
Corporate investigator.
You were going to be a corporate investigator. You were working on getting your official PI license. You know, you're in New York. You've been doing work for individuals that pay very well for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not all of that money comes legitimately. And it's sort of built on the back of that very fact that you have been brought out this evening. A mysterious benefactor has contacted your fixer, and you have been tasked with retrieving money. There is an organization, you've been told, some member of a religious organization of some sort, that has been making regular donations to one of your patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the money that goes between these two individuals has to change hands. You know, a little bit of laundering, a little bit of the exchanging of the currency through legal channels. But it seems as if that very individual who has been the exchanger has been skimming a little bit off the top, and it has not been for an insignificant amount of time. There is a weaselly man named Jimmy who has been quite literally running a dry cleaning service and laundering the money through it. And so, it is now, just after dusk, that you are meeting at the dry cleaners. As he's about to close up for the evening, it's around 9 p.m., a blustery New York evening. You pull up outside. What are you driving?
Deacon's vehicle of choice, and this was majority of his adult life, has just been one vehicle. It has been a 93 Cadillac Seville, with a few aftermarket upgrades. Nothing too crazy expensive, as at this point in time, Deacon tries to live below his means, though he's still a car head, he's still a gearhead, so he still had to soup up this car just a bit.
As the Seville ambles to a halt outside of this dry cleaner, you see that the lights are still on, but the open sign has been turned off. The neon glow of announcing that it's open for business is off, and now you can approach this however you like.
I think I approach from the front, and I'll knock on the door. And yeah, I'll play up the blustered, I'm trying to get in one last ticket type of deal.
Sure.
I clearly have no clothes in my hand besides what is on my back.
Okay. A man comes up to the door. A man that you recognize as Jimmy. This isn't a large operation. It's pretty low-key. Very likely chosen for that express reason. He's a very mousy man. Messy brown hair, tweed suit jacket, patches on the elbows, a pair of beige slacks, and sort of mustard yellow undershirt. He's wearing a set of, you could call them Dahmer, or you could call them Hunter S. Thompson sunglasses, but he's holding in one hand a lit cigarette, and in the other hand he holds a set of keys. And he speaks to you through the glass, a little bit hard to hear over the wind, a little bit hard to hear through the door, but he does say, "What do you want? We're closed. Sign."
Man, I'm sorry. Listen, I tried to rush here. Traffic is hell. You know how it is. Listen, my wife, I got to pick up a dress for my wife. Please do me a solid, man. I'll be in and out real quick.
Give me a charisma plus subterfuge, please.
It's weird not using my hunger dice.
No hunger dice. Yeah, you are hungry, but probably for a hoagie.
For food.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a slice after this.
Yeah, you can grab that sweet famous dollar slice. They still exist in 2015.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yes.
Can I also ask for a subterfuge on that roll?
Just by itself?
We're going to go manipulation and subterfuge.
Oh, okay. That is 2 successes for manipulation and subterfuge.
As you attest that you're just late and that it's an emergency, you just have this, that he notices, you see his eyes. They run from your eyes as you speak to him to your left hand, and then to your empty hands. Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second. He disappears for a moment.
Does it look like he's about to go do something stupid?
I'll ask for a wits plus insight.
Jimmy. That's 4 out of 4 successes.
You don't think he's doing anything too incredibly stupid, but you should probably be on your guard, if nothing else. Just be aware of if he's going to try anything. He looks mostly harmless. The way Jimmy was described to you is a man of very, very little spine, a very malleable, sort of unobtrusive, toady sort. A bit of type A personality mixed with a little bit of spineless goon. So yes, you don't feel like you have anything to worry about, but maybe take the safety off.
Revolver, no safety. I will say the revolver's gone from the back holster to my pocket, to my coat pocket. Oh, and I'll do, in honor of Lupe being back tonight, I'll do a outfit reveal, even though it's 2015.
Hit me with that.
Deacon is wearing this, huh?
Hit me with that 2015.
Yeah, the 2015 Deacon. Deacon wearing a gray, thicker thermal because the wind is blowing. It's cold outside. He's got on a leather jacket, not a motorcycle jacket. It is the one with the fur line. It is a black leather jacket with the fur line and the fur cuffs. Dark blue jeans and a fresh pair of Constructs on Timberlands. Because he has lived in New York for most of his life. He's done it the way that they say to do it. They are not fully tied up.
Jimmy comes back a very short time later. He unlatches the door and takes you inside. He goes behind the counter. So, what can I do for you? What do you want?
I lock the door behind me when I come in.
Do you try to do that subtly?
No. But I don't turn my back on him. I do a sideways to him, keeping the side with the revolver on it facing towards him.
Okay.
Jimmy.
What are you doing?
Jimmy, you took something that doesn't belong to you.
His face drops.
I'm just here to get it back.
Who are you?
I work for the same people that you supposed to work for, Jimmy. I'm only here to get back what you took. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to destroy your property. I just need what you took. And you can go on about your night.
I didn't take anything, and whoever told you I did is wrong.
So you haven't been skimming the money that comes through this place that's meant to wash.
You think I'm that fucking stupid? Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna take from Luigi, and I'm gonna take from Mario. Yeah.
Well, this comes from up top, and I get paid to find people, find things.
Mm-hmm.
All the clues lead to you, Jimmy. So either you are being set up, of which, hey, it happens. When in bed with thieves, setups happen. If that's the case, let's have a look around. If I find nothing, I find nothing.
At that, he sort of lightens up a bit. Search the place. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I roll an intelligence and investigation?
Absolutely. Please do.
By the way, enjoying the look on Brendan's face with the New York accent that Deacon definitely no longer has.
It's good.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes?
Yes.
He seemed a little too confident. You start tossing the place. You're emptying drawers. You're looking in filing cabinets. You check the till. There's a back room with a safe. You'd think it was there. He opens it for you. You check the roof panels. You check for hidden doors, secret cabinets, drawers with false bottoms. You do a very thorough search. A very thorough search. You scrounge up about maybe 500. You know for a fact that Jimmy owes your employers roughly around 25 grand. Either he is being set up, like you said, or he keeps it at a second location. I told you.
Yeah.
There ain't shit here. You're not going to find anything because it didn't take anything. If something happened to it, I can tell you. You can ask. You can ask your boss. The money hit my doors. Absolutely. And you can ask anybody. The money left these doors. If something happened to it with me, I'm the only person that touches that money. If it hit, if this hit Luigi's hands, or sorry, if this hit Mario's hands and then he did something with it, and he's just trying to get a little bit more money out of me, or he's trying to get more money out of Luigi, or whatever, I don't care. But it ain't me.
I stare at him for just a little bit. I'm not trying to intimidate him, but when he says that sentence, I just kind of look at him a little bit. Okay, Jimmy. It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
You don't have it here.
I don't have it at all.
So you say. When doing my research on this place, does he live above this place, or does he live somewhere else?
He lives about a block away. Real convenient situation. He's not far at all.
Yeah. For the time being, I'm going to make it look as if, okay, I'm going on about my business, and then double back, follow him back to his place.
Okay.
See what happens there.
You leave the building. He lets you go. About an hour passes. You see him leave. You tail him to his house. Lives in a second floor apartment, red brick building. He's got a window suite. You can either head up, check out the apartment door, or you can check out the fire escape. Up to you.
I think I'm going to go fire escape.
Okay.
As stealthily as I possibly can be. Which ain't much.
Roll it. Dex plus.
I gotta work on that. Otherwise I'm doing Batman a disservice.
Batman's a very stealthy man. That's true.
I don't have willpower to burn.
You're just a guy.
Yeah, I'm just a guy. That's failure. So this is a loud ass fire escape.
Okay.
Everybody who lives here hears me pull it down immediately.
I think you make it up the fire escape just fine. you get to the window. You see you're in luck. It's unlocked. He doesn't seem too terribly worried about security in downtown New York. But you wedge your fingers under the lip of the window. And this poor bastard does not grease anything. And you just hear the most disheartening as you open the window and you hear a very panicked, "Hey, I told you I don't have the fucking money. Get the fuck off my goddamn fire escape." And then you hear the click of a pistol.
Jimmy, it occurred to me after the fact that I didn't have a chance to check your home. I just checked your place of business. To be fully thorough in my investigation, I gotta check it here.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I can be very thorough and put 6 shots, center mass, and drop your ass off the fire escape. I'm well within my fucking rights, and then they can send a reasonable motherfucker to come and find the money I don't have. Fuck off.
Jimmy, I am the reasonable one. The next person they send, they're just going to kill you. I'm the reasonable one. I get it. Big scary black man came through your window.
I'm fucking telling you that I don't have the money. And if you really think I fucking do, you can come in here and you can fucking get it.
Jimmy, this is borderlining on not a friendly conversation like we were just having.
You're being borderline a cunt. Come and get it or fuck off.
Put the gun down and let me do my search and I'll be out of your head.
The only place that this gun is going is against your fucking temple after I shoot out your fucking knees. Fuck off.
You know, I like this jacket. And I try to wing him, but
Yeah.
I've got a job to do.
Let's have a good old fashioned quick draw. Let's see who shoots first. Give me a dexterity and firearms real quick.
That's 2 successes.
Jimmy's been described as a very weaselly man. Unfortunately, Jimmy also has
already
a
had a beat.
Itchy trigger finger.
Yeah.
As you go to move your body just enough into the frame of the window to pop a shot off at Jimmy, you hear a cacophonous bang from a 9mm slamming right between 2 of your ribs. You can feel it. It's like a punch, followed by cold, followed by heat, followed by pain, ache, panic. You're bleeding. Your jacket, ruined. It's a fucking problem, but not enough to take you down. You're still breathing. And you see Jimmy standing there in a silk robe that comes just above his knees, wearing a pair of tighty-whitey underwear, a little bit of white powder just underneath his nose, and a very concerned look on his face, saying that, fuck, I just shot a man. What do you do?
This is probably the angriest Deacon has ever been in his entire life. Usually, how calm he's been, that's how calm he always is. He takes a shot at him when he looks at when he realizes I'm still up. He takes another pop at him. God, he got to the cocaine so quickly. Cocaine happened so quickly. Okay, that's better. That's 4 successes.
There's a funny thing about humans. They don't get a chance to dodge bullets. They aren't like creatures of the night. They don't get that sweet halved damage from firearms. And you happen to be holding in your dominant hand a big, fuck-clobbering revolver. The bottom...
A Taurus Judge for those at home.
A Taurus Judge, yes. It is a very serious firearm. So serious that you can load shotgun rounds into it. But that's neither here nor there. The bottom of Jimmy's jaw explodes in a shower of viscera, bone fragments, and giblets of meat. Jimmy is no more, sprayed against the bathroom door just above the sign that says "Live, Laugh, Love." What do you do?
For a second there. For as long as Deacon has been in the criminal world, which has been functionally since he was a adolescent, like a teenager, he hasn't had to actually take a life. He's fought people, he's hurt people. This is the first life he's actually taken. He recovers faster than a normal person should. The adrenaline dump is not as harsh. And then his mind snaps to, I've got a job to do. Not a lot of time to do it now. So he does the search. Now that he's unencumbered. You want me to roll it again?
I would actually like, instead of intelligence this time, because you have all the time in the world.
Right.
I would like you to roll stamina plus investigation. You are fighting against pain. You are fighting against the lack of focus that comes from having a pinky-sized hole blasted from the front of you to the back of you.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You grit your teeth. This isn't grisly work. It's just meticulous. You move from the living room where the confrontation happened, brushing away a pile of white powder and searching in the box that it sat upon. You find about $4,000. You move to another room, the bedroom. You search sock drawers and you search through cabinetry that contain a few firearms, some silk robes. It seems as if this man had some proclivities that
a lot of silk robes.
You had some proclivities that you have to sort of maneuver your hands around through, but then you find another small safe box that you clap the lock off of, and you find another $10,000, and eventually you get into the bathroom, pressing open the gore-soaked doorway, and you look through the entirety of it, and in a tale as old as time fashion, you open up the water reservoir on the back of the toilet. You see a sealed, double-bagged sack of money that equals $18,000 total. You search the rest of the building, this small house, this apartment, and it seems as if a bit of the money has already been spent, but
$7,000 went up his nose.
Yeah, you would have to imagine. Up his nose, arming himself, perhaps a new robe or two, but regardless of what he did spend it on, this man has unfortunately spent some of your employer's money.
If I can find a bag or any like a gym bag, I'll stuff the money in there, whatever weapons, whatever finery I find, zip that up. It is winter, so I'm wearing gloves, so I don't have to worry about fingerprints. But I'm definitely leaking all over this fucking apartment. So the last thing I do before I leave, one, do something to get a rag to staunch the bleeding.
Jimmy has a first aid kit. Not a problem.
Yeah. And then also, I'm assuming this place has either he owns a cleaner, so more likely than not, he has bleach or something for cleaning inside of his house, just cleaning the house. Don't even bother to actually wipe up the blood. I just pour bleach all over it, so it's so diluted that they cannot run DNA on it.
You start pouring the bleach, destroying the evidence that you've been here. It's a little bit of a messy job as you continue to bleed. Drop. You're trying to get everything, but eventually you hear, "Police, open up. Police."
I'm out the window.
Can I please get a dexterity plus athletics?
Two successes.
As you leap from the window, you stumble a little bit. You're hurt. Crash down onto the metal framework, making a pretty tremendous amount of noise. And you hear the splintering of the thin door that led into Jimmy's apartment. The police catch just the top of your head as you make your way down the fire escape. I'm going to ask now for, I think, a dexterity plus drive. As you hop in the driver's seat of the Seville, you see the cops making their way out onto the fire escape, pulling their service weapons and pointing them at the vehicle, yelling something indistinguishable.
3 successes.
You peel out, and let's see. It seems as if the cops have never driven a day in their fucking life. That is a messy critical. Well, I guess not messy. There's no hunger dice, but if there was, that is a failure. That is a very big failure on their.
You said messy critical. I was just like, what?
Sorry, a messy failure.
Bestial failure.
They're bestial failure. They do very terribly. They immediately try to take off after you, but the slush and sleet-soaked streets betray the patrol car, and they slam into a light post and then back into a car that is trying to just make its way past the police officers, and they are now trapped. You have gotten insanely lucky. Where do you go immediately after?
With the first aid kit I took, how much of the bleeding was I able to stop? Also, was it a through and through, or is this bullet still in me?
It was a through and through. It didn't hit bone. It didn't ricochet off of anything. It didn't get lodged.
It was just a little bit worse than a graze. Like I was stabbed, but nothing bad got hit.
Worse than a graze, yeah. Maybe nick the liver a little bit. Nothing that can't regrow. You're not doing great. You'll probably need medical attention, or at least some serious antiseptics and a few staples, but you will live, and you'll probably still be able to work. But
the people I work for definitely have a doctor they can call.
There's likely a veterinarian somewhere that would be willing. Yeah.
At this point in time, I probably definitely know someone that's in that world. So, and thankfully, I'm not too old as a Kindred, so cell phones exist. So I could just, not to put too much on the text message, but he probably at this time just has someone called Doc saved in his phone,
Yeah.
and it probably literally is just a vet or someone that he knows that's in medical school.
Sure.
Something like that. It just
Yeah,
goes
some pre-med
911.
student that knows how to stitch.
Yeah. Need patch job tonight.
You're given an address. You make your way there.
I will also send out word to whoever I'm supposed to drop this package off with. That's where they can find me and get their merchandise.
We'll fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
A shaky-handed medical student has you laying on their kitchen table, needle in one hand, thread in the other. A little bit of anesthetic has been applied, some topical, and they have you lay back, look up at the ceiling. They say, if you feel anything, just pretend like you don't.
Just make sure it's clean so I don't scar super badly, please.
Yeah, whatever.
That's all I ask. Hey, they don't call me Big D for nothing.
About halfway through,
he said he's been Big D for a long time.
Yeah, he's been Big D for a long time. Big D for a long time. It's about halfway through the suturing process that you get another knock on the door, which I am not going to simulate this time because I live with a dog that gets pretty upset when I knock on things because they think that something's at the door. But the pre-med student leaves you on the table for a moment, answers the door, and in walks a strange sight in a suburban kitchen at 11 o'clock in the evening. A clergyman. White collar, black robes, pale skin. Mr. Hill, I heard you have my money.
I got what's left of your money. I got about 18 grand, some guns, and whatever else the asshole spent 7 grand on. Pretty sure there's a back blow in there too.
I don't want the cocaine, and I don't need the guns. Not in that business.
The cash is it's all in the bag.
I'll
You can
take the
spice
cash.
it out. My apologies for not being able to get the entire amount back. Apparently he was very quick on the draw with his little party. Well, he was quick on draw in general, as he looks down at the...
The man walks up to the table, and he looks to the doctor, and he says, "Oh, I think you're done." The doctor looks down, and he says, "No, I'm only about... I think you're done."
I think at the same time we go, "I think you're done."
And the doctor sets down the needle, slices what's left of the thread, and you notice just a little hand movement. The priest wipes his hand across his mustachioed face and then just like swipes against where your wound is. He's like, "No, you really did do a good job." And then the doctor walks away. So, Mr. Hill, if I'm getting this correct, you are far less effective than what we previously assumed. You've been shot and you haven't delivered all the money, and now you're sitting here bleeding all over this poor doctor's oak table.
People get shot. I don't normally handle the actual dirty work, but I took umbrage for being shot.
You're right, Mr. Hill. People do get shot. Tell me, have you ever had loftier dreams? Things that you don't say out loud. Things that polite society may look at as ugly. Perhaps you want to go above the heads of certain mortal authorities. You feel as if justice isn't being wrought. I looked in your file. I've seen a little bit of paperwork. I read a dossier on you, delivered by a good friend of mine. It said you're going to be a private investigator. That you're looking to work for folks on Wall Street. You're going to be investigating corporate litigation. Is that correct? That lines up?
Yeah. I figure I've been a PI for years now. Might as well make it official. And if anything says that I should probably get out of this portion of the game, it's right here.
You've been a worm, wriggling on the street, trying to find its way into a crack in the ground so that you can find what you want. That is what you have been. You have not been a PI. You are not a hammer of justice. You are... You're a blunt instrument to be applied to whatever money launderer, drug dealer that we see fit. You are not an investigator, Mr. Hill. You're barely sapient.
At this, I stopped. I've been lying on the table, kind of full Jeff Goldbluming it, but this makes me sit up. May I call you Mario, or do you prefer Father?
You can call me Father.
Well, Padre immediately switches it to close enough. I am a lot smarter than most people would give someone who works for this organization would get credit for. For one, I no longer need the money. If one thing that the dossier probably didn't tell you is that I'm worth more than a lot of you all now. Officially, through official channels. You wash your money through dry cleaners, I wash my money through Wall Street. I am not a worm. I'm a dragon, lying in wait, hoarding all of his gold and jewels. And now, I'm going to go try and enjoy my gold and jewels. And why not be an investigator? Why can't I be? Because you said so. No. The only person who says I can and can't do something is Deacon Hill. The last time I checked, that's me.
You see his demeanor shift. the jovial, playful, sort of informed individual that walked in a short time ago has shifted into something a bit more dark and predatory. His brow furrows and his grin takes on a little bit more of a not mischievous but predatory look. He looks at you, and with a grip like iron, he grabs you by the chin, and he looks you in the eyes, and he says, "You are still just an insect. You do what others say because there is so much more to what you think you know. There is a world below your world. Your underworld is just a circus. Say that you're a worm. As you are a mortal, you cannot resist the powers of Dominate. You're muted. You're muted.
Could I argue that I am a gifted mortal? At the very least. I don't know, or maybe even borderlining a deadly mortal.
I would love to hear an argument for that. I would say there could be a moment of hesitation, but at this point in your career of mortality, this is in no uncertain terms an elder, and
True.
You are just a mortal.
Okay. What was it he wants me to say again?
He wants you to say that you are a worm.
And also I want to put in there, when he grabbed me by the chin, the smirk never faded from his face. I'm a worm. A rich worm.
I'm glad that you can take solace in that. All of the riches that you have could be mine if I just asked. I want you to remember feeling out of control. I want you to remember lying on this table. I want you to remember the smells, the sounds, and the look that I am giving you now. This is superiority. This is authority. This is what you want. You don't want to be justice. You don't want to be an investigator. No, Mr. Hill, I have seen inside you. I know what you are. You want power. You want authority. That is why you hoard, and that is why you try to control the lives of others and learn secrets that you are not meant to learn. Dig deeper. And then he lets go of your face, and he tucks a business card in your breast pocket, and then turning around and just catching the very last whites of his eyes, he just says the words firmly, "Forget." And then Mario Giordano walks out the door.
The fuck, man? Why didn't you finish this fucking stitch?
What? What? What do you mean?
I'm still. What?
Are you still bleeding?
A little
He
bit.
comes rushing into the kitchen. What the? Why did I? Fuck. Sit still.
How much of that did I forget?
You forgot the iron grip, and you forgot the mention that there were things underneath the surface. You were given.
Oh, he picked and chose what he wanted.
Absolutely,
Gotcha.
modified the memory. With a little zhuzh thrown on top of it. But he did leave you with enough to pique Deacon Hill's curiosity, and he did leave the card.
Cool. When I lay back down to let them finish the stitch, I just go, you can spell worm W-Y-R-M. Right? That's a dragon, baby.
Surgeon's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Yeah.
Forget it.
Okay. And it is there that we are going to zoom out from Deacon. Folks, how are we feeling? Do we feel like we want a little cool down human break, or do we want to keep pushing through?
I'm good.
We're good? Fantastic.
I'm good.
We're good. Okay. We're right around that middle point. So we now zoom in on, again, a very different but a familiar location. And further in the future, far closer to the present than we've been in our previous two scenes. We've got the Wolf's Den in Calgary, Alberta. The new club that has been opened up by Lupe. But the doors have been closed for the evening. Citing renovations, citing a private gathering, what have you. But there are only a few people on retainer tonight, a few choice staff members, as well as 2 individuals. Lupe, what room are you in? What does it look like?
Since there's no clientele here this evening, I am in the nicest room. Not the office, not any of the side rooms. One of the nicer sitting room areas that are more private. There's all manner of drapery along the walls, plush seating, artwork on the walls, the whole nine. It's very decked out here.
Inside this room, you find yourself joined by one other. A man looking thoroughly out of place. He's not dressed poorly. He's wearing a bomber jacket and a plain dress shirt. He's got a pair of slacks on and a decent, sturdy set of shoes, and his hair looking at least combed. It is the Baron. Trevor LePage sits across from you, and he looks around at the finery, this ridiculously opulent setting that he once again finds himself in. He looks patently uncomfortable, but he is trying to seem more at home. He seems to enjoy the company. So the Baron looks at you and says, well, it's nice weather lately, hey?
Oh, is that what we're talking about? The weather?
No. No, it's really not.
She kind of leans back in her seat, and Lupe is dressed actually more casually than she typically is. She's wearing like obviously none of it is weather appropriate. When does she ever? Pretty much never. Kind of a thin kind of sweater top that's low cut, short black skirt, heels, and of course she's got like little Chanel like earrings and a little bit of jewelry. And there was a beret involved that said Chanel on it as well, but that is currently sitting on the coffee table near a tray that looks like it's for wine, but it's not wine.
The Baron takes a glass and takes a nervous sip. A usually unflappable man, it seems as if social situations that are supposed to be casual are very much his kryptonite. He looks about, he doesn't meet your eyes more often than he does, and eventually he says, I'm bad at this sort of thing. I don't know how to...
I can tell.
I don't know how to just relax and hang out. What do you... I want to get to know you.
All right. What do you want to know?
I really want to get to know you. Not like that. I don't want to have... This isn't an interrogation. This isn't a grilling session. I don't... You know, before all of this, before I was in charge of all of whatever, I didn't talk politics too much.
I can tell, or else you wouldn't be so uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. So how about we do it like this? We can go. I had a fun game that I used to do in college, a million years ago. We'll do 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, I love this game.
How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I brought it up, so I'll go first. I never actually went to college. I have a master's in engineering. My best friend died the day that I was embraced.
I'm going to say the master's in engineering is the lie.
No, I have a master's in engineering.
So your best friend didn't die then, the day you got embraced.
He didn't die, but he might as well be dead.
Is he like us?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Is he here?
He was.
2 truths and a lie. All right. I suppose it's my turn then, if we go by traditional rules.
That is how it is supposed to work.
am the daughter of immigrants. I am from Vegas. Trying to think of other fun things to say. I also went to college.
You never went to college.
Good guess.
Okay. Why didn't you go?
Didn't need to anymore. I wanted to. It was a goal of mine in life, actually.
You know we have all the time in the world, right?
I do education adjacent things now. That's good enough for me.
Right. Okay. My favorite color is green. I've never went on a proper first date. Lydia doesn't wear socks.
Oh, that last one has to be the lie. Someone as buttoned up as her, she has to wear socks.
My favorite color is blue.
She doesn't wear socks?
Lydia doesn't
That's
wear
so odd.
socks, isn't it? Yeah.
She's so corporate.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm surprised.
I don't understand it. I really don't. I think it's like a feel connected to the ground thing. I'm not sure, or maybe it's like an idiosyncrasy of like her clan. I don't know, but I haven't. I've commented on it exactly 2 times. I've been struck once. So
you've never been on a proper first date?
No. Too busy. I've been on what I think I could call dates. Hanging out has turned into being on a date, but I've never done the whole ask someone out, go on a date, go to a malt shop, share a milkshake.
A malt shop.
Yeah, a malt shop. I'm old. I'm not trying to front. Listen, how old are you?
Do you actually want to know?
You old enough to know what malt shops are?
I am indeed.
Your turn.
I hate games like this.
Do you?
Yeah, so lying is significantly easier when I don't also have to think of truths.
Okay. Well, how about we pivot?
All right.
When you first got to this city, what did you think of it?
Not very much.
Right?
I came here from Los Angeles. I did not want to come here. So, I think you could perhaps fill in the gaps of how I feel about this city presently, and then. But I'm here, and I have good reason to be.
I came from Miami.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I insight him?
Yeah.
He doesn't give me Miami vibes. Is that just wits?
That would be wits plus insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm missing one. There we go. Just 2 successes. I'm not going to reroll. It's not worth.
It seems like he's being honest.
I've been to Miami. Worked there for a little while.
That's where I went to
Before
school.
this. Oh.
I lived in Florida for some time, and I got a scholarship, so I went to school there.
I'm dying to know when you were there.
When I was there,
Mm.
I was in Miami. Start of the summer of 73. Up until the winter of 77.
I was already in Vegas at that time. Or back in Vegas, I should say.
You keep things pretty close to your chest, eh?
It's a habit. It's a habit that precedes death.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that.
Clients don't care about your personal life. They care that they pay you so that they can fuck you. That's what they care about. So my ability to speak on myself personally is not the best. But if you have a question, ask me. I'll be honest with you.
He squints for a moment. Okay. If you're gonna be honest, truly honest.
Pinky promise and everything.
If you had a chance to not be embraced, would you take it? If you had a way out?
No. No. You mean if I had a way out of being embraced in the first place?
Or now? Just to not be kindred?
No. I
Me
chose
neither.
this life.
That makes two of
I
us.
wanted this.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Interesting. I didn't expect us to have that in common.
I had some old grievances that I had to take care of. And this was the only way I could see it happening. And now, I don't think I'd trade it for anything. Feels too good.
I agree.
What's your sire like?
I can tell you what he was like. I don't really want to speak to now.
What was he like?
Patient, loving, doting, very intelligent man. Very good at what he does. Generous.
What got him?
Going against promises he made to himself tends to degrade the soul. We were supposed to keep each other in check. He did not hold up his end of the bargain. So he is doing whatever he is doing now. which, to be honest, I'm still not sure.
My sire was taken by the calling.
Oh.
She was cold, but kind. She was an educator. She never lied. Always kept her word.
That must be nice.
She had a mean streak for those that broke their oaths. And on more than one occasion, she would take me with her so that I could learn that lesson with her. I was scared of her. Legitimately. She could do things with the blood that I didn't understand, that I still don't understand, that I'm starting to understand. But I miss her.
That's natural.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I hope that she comes back.
Do you think she would?
I think she's
Does
dead.
anyone come back? You think she's dead?
I think she's dead. Even if she was on the other side of the world, I would get a letter or a message or something. I think something bad's happened.
As a sidebar, what do I know about the calling? I would have learned about this.
The calling is a very naturally spoken on phenomenon. The details are muddy. The reasons are varied as the rumors that surround it. But one thing is well known and well documented. This is recent history. Elders of a certain age or thickness of blood have been called to the east, which is a little bit of a misnomer. Some kindred are drawn west. They are drawn into the Middle East, somewhere around Iraq, Iran, former Persian territories, Egypt, some say sub-Saharan Africa, somewhere, in and around Uzbekistan. Rumors abound, but it's southeast of Europe, at least. That's what you know.
Well, it's possible she can't reach out to you. But who knows?
Who knows? It doesn't ache me anymore. It's just something unfortunate. We were close. But time moves on. I don't want to talk politics. I don't care tonight. So
Okay.
I was going to ask you about something, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
What do you like to do for fun?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. I haven't had a moment of reprieve since I've taken control of Calgary. It's constant moving. This is the longest I've sat down, I think, in 2 months. Besides meetings with you and your coterie, where you all insist on sitting around a motorcycle club, I really haven't stopped doing. I haven't had fun. I haven't done anything besides politic and scheme and hunt and fight and try not to be assassinated in the day. Many ever-present dangers that I'm navigating. I haven't had any fun.
You need a break.
I'd love a break. What do you do? I mean, I can assume from our surroundings, but like, is this just business for you? Do you?
Oh no, this is fun.
This is fun?
This is a project.
Okay.
Most of my fun is had at Temple, my other club, but you don't strike me as the religious, drug-addled orgy type, so...
I party.
Okay.
I can
See,
party.
when you say it like that, you really don't sound like you party.
I party. I totally party. I'm a fun guy.
You'll have to forgive my skepticism. I haven't seen that side of you yet.
Yeah. It's because there isn't that side of me.
Well, when I'm not doing those things, I rather enjoy a museum. I like to read. I collect art. I have been known to binge Netflix every now and again. She shrugs.
I'd love to go to a museum.
She kind of raises a brow at him because she's like, wow,